in just a bit. But let's turn now to matters here in the nation's capital. The White House has a new health care battle on its hands, this time courtesy of the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. Republicans have spent the better part of the last 24 hours or so pouncing on that new budget report from the number cruncher, so to speak, here in D.C. Tucked inside that report was a new estimate for the number of workers choosing to forego full-time hours as a result of Obamacare. By 2021, it could be as many as 3 times the old estimate, according to the report. At a meeting with the head of the CBO today, the knives came out.
But what is particularly troubling is CBO's projection of the labor force participation. Most notably in this report is that CBO also says that government policies, especially the president's health care law, are discouraging work. Washington is making this problem worse. This does not have to be our fate.
All right, so without getting too technical here, the CBO cites 4 reasons for the reduction in full-time workers, primarily health care subsidies and Medicaid expansion. Basically, in order to maintain eligibility for either some workers, in order to maintain eligibility, some workers will decide to reduce the hours that they choose to work, either to part-time hours or completely. As the Washington Post's fact checker, Glenn Kessler, put it, if someone says they decided to leave their job for personal reasons, most people would not say they lost their job. They simply decided not to work. Republican Congressman Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, a member of the Budget Committee that questioned the CBO director today. Welcome, Congressman. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you, yes.
First of all, just give me your take on this report as it relates to full-time workers and Obamacare.
Yeah, well, I think what we're seeing is the direct impact of what is happening through this health care law. And Craig, as you said, this was the new estimates. The first estimates were 800,000 jobs. And after they've looked at reducing the hours to a 30-hour work week, the impact of the subsidies, they came back and said, no, we need to adjust this upward. And now, as you said, it is 3 times that. And as we know with CBO, generally what they give us is the best case scenario, not the worst case scenario. So we are very concerned about this. We are concerned about the impact that the health care law, the president's health care law, is having not only on the health insurance and health delivery marketplace, but on the jobs marketplace as a whole.
Congressman, let me, the CBO also noted something else, and I do want to point that out. Quote, on the flip side, the CBO notes here that when there is greater access to coverage on the individual market, it could influence labor productivity indirectly by making it easier for some employees to obtain health insurance outside the workplace, and thereby prompting those workers to take jobs that better match their skills, regardless of whether those jobs offered employment-based insurance. Won't these new workers now be free to be productive in some other place of the economy? I mean, is it a bad thing to not be attached to your job for insurance purposes only?
Craig, I am delighted to hear you support a conservative principle. Welcome to a point I've been making for years, individual ownership of health insurance. The best way to do that is to repeal Title I of the president's health care law, open up access in the health insurance marketplace and allow a cross-state line purchase of health insurance. Allow portability, and you know what? Portability of health insurance is the #1 issue with women when it comes to health insurance. If they get a plan and they like it, they want to keep it. The argument we made with the president, you know, and so yes, individuals should be able to have a policy that fits their needs at a price they can afford, and then be able to take it with them from job to job, state to state, town to town, and that would be a good, solid, conservative principle.
And you acknowledge that the current law allows for that?
No, the current law does not allow for that. Unfortunately, what it is doing is putting people into plans, into the exchanges, and this is one of the things that we kind of take issue with. Wouldn't it be great if it were a nationwide marketplace where you had a cross-state line purchase of health insurance and individuals could work directly with the insurance company? You don't need the federal government. They're controlling the pathway to an insurance product. They don't do it for health insurance.
Congressman, yes. The CBO also noted that the average for premiums is going to be down 15% this year. That would be something I would imagine you would celebrate.
Well, what we are seeing in the healthcare premiums is an escalation in that rate in the marketplace. I think I've talked to one person who said that their health insurance premium was actually down. In my district, we're seeing increases anywhere from about 15% to about 700%. And this is just
700%, Congressman.
Yes, yes, sir, absolutely.
And the governor in your neighboring state, the governor of Kentucky, has said on a number of occasions, as you know, that by and large it's working well there. So why such a a huge difference between Tennessee and Kentucky?
Well, in Kentucky, their enrollee base is primarily Medicaid. It is not in the private portion of the marketplace.
Well, and if Tennessee
that
would
is one of
expand
the
Medicaid,
problems
you would...
that they have had. And you know, Tennessee, we learned our lessons long ago on a program called TennCare.
All right. Congressman Marsha Blackburn, I always enjoy our spirited conversations.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Good to be with you today. Thank you.